Hello, it's Teresia here, co-founder of the Erickson Business Center, creator and facilitator of the Passion to Profit program. And we have Susan Hogarth with us today, who is a present participant in the Passion to Profit program and probably many of your enrollment coach at Erickson. And she's also a graduate of the TASK program, the Art and Science of Coaching, and founder and owner of Comfort Zone Coaching. You can find out more about Susan at CZ, C is in carrot, Z is in zebra, coaching.com. And I'm excited because Susan is with me today for what we're calling a mentor laser session. We are going to transform Susan's business in 15 minutes. So,
Yay!
so Susan, I want to say welcome. And yeah, so let's just jump right in. Curious, what's the one thing that if we were to, focus on the next 15 minutes would transform perhaps how you're showing up for your business, the results that you're getting, what you're wanting to create in your business?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
And we're going to do it in 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I really need to narrow my niche down. I'm kind of a little bit all over the map, and I need to wrap my head around scheduling my time
Okay.
more efficiently.
So Susan, which one do you feel would make the biggest difference? If you were to think about your goals, I know in the Passion Profit program we're talking about, our 90-day going public plan. Which one of these areas that if you were to get more clarity on or feel you'd get more effective strategies would make the biggest difference for you to take that 90-day plan to the next level?
Then it would be around scheduling my time and moving, getting that 1 year, quarterly, daily routine like mapped out and just precise.
Okay. I just want to highlight the power of asking questions because I know this last couple of weeks you were talking about niche. Now we get really focused and you're saying, you know what? No, really, it's how I'm managing my time.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me, what is the one thing around with how you're managing your time that you feel needs to shift or needs to change?
I absolutely am aware that I need to block in my times for my business. So I love my downfall is I love my job, but I want to build my business on the side.
Yeah.
So kind of I think maybe structuring my time so that I'm doing both side by side and and growing both at the same time.
Okay, great. And Susan, I'm sure many people can relate. They're working somewhere else or they have other commitments, and it's just what I'm hearing is you want the time you're spending on your business to be one of the top priorities. Your actions showing that this is a priority.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you feel? And I'm going to go between coach and mentor role. So I may advise you or I may ask you a question. Okay, do I have permission to be in mentor role with you?
You do, absolutely.
Okay. So curious, yeah, what do you think? What do you need to do to have your business start your actions showing that, hey, my business is just as much a priority as my job?
Actually, interestingly, because as soon as we started talking about blocking out times and stuff like that, immediately my brain went to a calendar that I bought, oh, I'm sure probably 6 months ago. And it is sitting very nicely in my corner over here.
Hasn't been used.
And I have a day timer that I use, but this one actually has segments of time that I could actually like block out.
Okay. Yep. Awesome.
And my brain went immediately to that about blocking out the times.
Okay, so what would you need to block out?
I would need to block out my time that I want to spend on my business. I need to block out the time that I am going to commit to Erickson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I need to block out family time.
Okay. Wow, Susan, what I'm hearing is those are the three big, that analogy, the three big rocks in your life, three things that are most important to you. And Susan is referring to, the business success habit we talk about in the Passion Profit program called blocking. And Susan, what I'm really hearing, it's stepping back, getting really clear of your top priorities in your life. So for you, it's your job, your business, and your family, and putting that on the calendar first, like the big chunks of when am I going to spend time on those three things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And we might come back to this, but then it's within your business, what color are you going to give your business? We talked about on the Passion Profit program, color coding, what we do in our life when we block it out. So you may change your mind, but right now, what's the color of your business?
For me, it's green.
Ah, okay, excellent. So what the next question you want to ask yourself is how much time, and maybe starting with the month, how much time do I want for my business? So how many hours a week am I willing to put towards my business?
Right. And and I've thought a great deal about this, and I do want to work. Once I'm fully up and established and running, I want to work about 20 hours a week on my business.
Okay. So starting today, how many hours are you going to block out with your business?
Starting today, actually, I already have 2 hours blocked out for my business, and I have a full 8 hours tomorrow blocked out.
Ah, excellent, Susan. So over a week, how many hours are you choosing to give your business now?
Ah, wow. To be honest, I haven't really been blocking out time, but as a going forward, I would like to block out at least 3 hours on 3 different days each week to build it.
Okay, so is that 9 hours in total?
So 9 hours in total.
Okay, okay. All right. So you want to ask the same question with your job and then looking at when am I blocking out family time?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So how can doing this, implementing this, make a difference for you, Susan?
For me, I find when I have a structure, I like learning, or I like living within that structure.
Hmm.
Even though every fiber of my bones wants to say, I don't do structure, I don't do structure. But
Ah,
I but I do structure very well once I'm in it, and it's easy for me to say, okay, it's coming to an end now. Now it's time for me to go to the next thing.
okay, great. And that's something I often encourage entrepreneurs. It's creating structure, and then you can just show up fully and play 100%. Because Susan,
Yeah,
imagine that each month it's looked after, your family time is protected, you know how much time you're spending on your business and on your job. I mean, how is that going to make a difference for you?
oh, that is a huge difference for me. And as soon as you said that about protecting my family time, my value just went from like about 7 to about 12.
Ah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of the first things we talked about in the Passion to Profit program. And I'll guide people to a video I just did on it, sort of blocking out your ideal life first. So, Susan, it's very clear that it is not an option to sacrifice your family time. And
No.
that must be blocked out in your life first. And it's easy. If we don't do that, our business can take over our life.
Yeah.
So that sounds like that's the first step. Look at your month, block in that family time first, choose how many business hours for comfort zone coaching, block that in, and then block in the hours for your job.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
That I have a whole picture in my head. I have, yeah.
Okay, great. So why don't you repeat back to me your commitment around this?
Yeah, so my commitment absolutely is today I'm going to get my calendar out. My new calendar that I haven't touched, or my one that's 6 months old.
Right.
And I'm going to start blocking some time in there. And I think actually I am going to start with date night.
Awesome.
and
Ah,
and then work my way back from there.
ah,
And because there's some days that I want to start early in the morning. So when I'm coaching people back east, it might be 6 o'clock for me, but it's 9 o'clock for them.
mhm.
And and be able to have that flexibility,
Yep.
and vice versa because of who I'm coaching, right? I want to be able to stay out of the school hours,
Right. Okay. Yeah. Great.
and then the parents can be coached during the day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So you're already getting sort of into that specific strategy of what time. So you're making the commitment. I'm going to block out my top priorities of my life first, and now you're getting into the strategy. Okay, when should I block what? And then, again, how many hours and what am I going to do within that time? And that
Exactly.
that really is, Susan, probably another breakthrough session. It's like, okay, now that you've blocked out the time for your business, how can we leverage your time in those blocks of time?
Oh,
Yeah, but that's for next time.
okay.
Yeah.
I look forward to that one
All
then.
right. And I think we have to have another one about your niche too. So,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. For sure. Well,
It's
thank you, Tricia. That's great. That really gives me a lot of clarity actually.
okay, excellent. And I love it's very inspiring, Susan, and it's what I know I make it stand for, and I know all coaches do is like we want to support our clients to live a great life. And as an entrepreneur, we are the CEO of our life. So let's design the ideal lifestyle first and then have our business fit into that. So,
True.
yeah. So I'm excited for you. And yeah, so why don't I want you to leave with stating what action are you going to take immediately after this call or in the next 24 hours, and what's the new habit you're incorporating as an entrepreneur?
Well, you know what? I have a half an hour between this phone call
Mm,
and my business meeting with Erickson.
yes.
So I'm actually going to take that half an hour, pour myself a cup of tea, and pull my calendar out
Woohoo.
and start blocking my time in.
Okay. And what's the new habit that you're incorporating?
The new habit is scheduling. Just really scheduling my time. I have a 21. I have some little or not pamphlets, the pull off sheets the little sticky notes.
Okay. Yep. Post-it notes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
post-it notes. And interestingly enough, I actually put 21 of them up on uh my board right in front of me. And
Mm.
every time I want to change something, I put those little notes up and then I change them from one area to the other.
Ah, excellent.
So
Good.
so I will do that.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Susan, for sharing this because I think almost every entrepreneur struggles with managing our time and making sure that we're living our priorities and doing the activities that's going to give us the best bang for our buck and our time. So, yeah, thank you for being willing to share.
Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. And so, on behalf of Susan and I, we're going to encourage all of you to dream big, embrace
Absolutely.
your inner entrepreneur, and turn your passion into profit. All right. Thank you, Susan.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
Okay.
Tricia.
Yeah. Bye bye.